Hello and welcome back to some more Assassin's Creed Trials of the Soul. We're on chapter 9 and I just read chapter 8. So yeah, we only got what? Chapters 10, 11, and 12 left. So I think next time I record I might just finish this on up. You guys don't have to wait too long for the quote-unquote ending. Like I said in the very first one, I believe, this is not a finished story. I do apologize for that. I still wanted to share it though. But yeah, let's go ahead and get right into chapter 9. Cerise Consorts, I think. It's been a while since I had to read these words. And again, I'm so sorry that I had to use Italian and shit in here. Because I cannot read it. I loved language. I loved it in Assassin's Creed. But I cannot speak it at all. Is it correct? It will be. One je vos remercie, doctor. You may leave. Yes, ma'am. I slowly wake up and see the doctor leave the room. My mind was still a haze, but I managed to focus my sight. I look up and see a pair of large, round, smooth, beautiful... Hey, up here, bub, a female spoke casually. I look up further to see a fairly young girl smiling down at me. She had long auburn hair, jade green eyes, and a light tan skin. She wore a black courtesan dress and corset with pink trims and had her hair put up with a butterfly pin with a pink rose blooming out. Are you going to speak, or are you just going to continue to gawk? She chuckles. Yeah, where am I? I rise from the bed. Yeah, she laughs mockingly. You're at the Rosa in Fiora. Fiora? Or Fiora? I'm sorry, guys. I don't know how to pronounce this. We saw what you did and fished you out of the river. Rosa in Fiora? This is where all the courtesans come from? Correct, she smiles. Glad we are well known. So, what is your name? Raziel Adatore de Roma. And what is your name, Madonna? I say as I take her hand and kiss it softly. Aren't you the charmer? She blushes. My name is Charlotte Sforza. Most call me Charlotte the Harlot. Oh, cheesy. And I'm the owner of this brothel. I see. Well, as much as I would love to stay, I have friends waiting at me at Monteragoni. Do you expect to leave after that explosion? Guards are on red alert. You would be lucky to make it out the door without being spotted. But I must leave now, I say urgently. And I'll have my courtesans escort you to a nearby stable. My girls will obey any command you give them, to an extent, of course. When you get there, have them follow you, just in case. My ladies can distract any guard that may trouble you. Grazie, Miss Sforza. I stand up and kiss her on each cheek softly. Well, din rien, Sir Auditore. She kisses back and then walks toward the door. I follow her to the front of the brothel. Charlotte talks with a few of her girls and then goes back to work caring for her customers. 4 women walk in front of me as we exit through the door, with 5 more trailing behind. As we touch the open streets, they circle around me, forming a barrier of hot pink dresses, the feathers in their hair masking my face. We walk pace for pace, keeping in sync to avoid attracting attention, until finally we made it to the stables, where 5 horses waited for us. We saddled 2 on each horse. Ladies, I need to check on someone before we leave, I say, remembering that my mother was still captive. They nod and followed me back to my mother's house. When we were nearing the house, I stopped the courtesans. I need one of you to walk over there and see if any Borgia guards watching the house. God, I must have been tired when I wrote this. I will, Mr. Adatore, a red-haired girl volunteers. Okay, just signal us over if it is cleared. The redhead walks casually over to Mother's house and peeks through the window, and signals us to come over. We stride over on foot, leaving our horses reined to the fence posts between two other houses. I knock on the door, no answer. I knock again, still no answer. I bang on the knocker a third time. Mother! I yell. I rush into panic mode and break open the door, splintering it with into 100 pieces. Help me check the house, I call back to the Coruscants. We look throughout the house for Mother, yet failed to find any trace of her whereabouts. Mio Dio, where is she? I shout desperately. Cerise! One of the girls calls. I bolt to see what she found. I found a note. A blonde-haired woman hands me a piece of paper. The front of the card was inscribed with a shiny metallic red Templar cross. I turn it over to see that the tab was stamped with the Borgia emblem. I quickly open it. Dear brother, I must inform you that you have made a serious mistake by breaking out of my dungeon. Fortigi was very disappointed that he could not end you soon. I had to pay for your mistake. Now I will make you regret involving our mother. I have set Mother to Fortigi to be his sex slave. I am far too busy preparing on your arrival. Do not keep me waiting. Each day you fail to meet me at the Castel Sant'Angelo. I will personally torture our mother until she can barely breathe. Then Fortigi will take her to bed. Till then, Queen Mabel Borgia. No, they have my mother. I bewail, lapsing into my doublet, as my heart is crushed with a pain like a ship thrown from the sea and into the coastal home. I begin to take a seat and then realize this was what they wanted me to do. Hurry, girls, head back to the horses, I call out. I will not let them trap me again. Mabel wants me to meet her at the castle, but I know better than to rush into a trap unprepared. I just hope my mother can just hang on for a couple of days. I need to prepare my assassins. We all saddle our horses and, with me in the lead, charge straight out of Rome. When we reach a decent distance from Rome, I told the girls to head back to the Rosa in Fiora. As they leave, I gaze up to the sky, the sun bearing down on the terrain. An eagle soars overhead, and sunlight reflecting off its feathers. I guess I should get going, I sigh, reluctantly steering my horse away from Rome. I need to let it sink in. I cannot turn back. Easy to say, what to do was another thing. I had to leave my mother to endure that kind of torture and hope she can keep breathing long enough for me to strategize my next move. Just hang on, Mother. I will be back for you. I continue my journey through the outskirts. As I was traveling, I began to lose my vision, the imagery around me getting blurrier, and my head felt dizzy. My body started to rock on top of the horse until I fell off and began rolling down a hill. I tumbled further down, my body spinning uncontrollably through several bushes. After a few moments, I reached the bottom of the hill. I stand up and look around. The hill would be too steep to try to climb back up, so I began walking the other way. I walk past a few trees, ducking from branches, and climb over a large rock. My feet were landing. The ground below me collapsed as I fall through a hidden hole. I tried to grab the edge, but it only broke at my touch. Next, I tried stopping myself by extending my arms and legs and hoped to slow my descent. Unfortunately, the hole began to widen, and I descended once more. I closed my eyes at the impending end, as I could see an exit now. Then, unexpectedly, I plunged into a cold, shallow pond. As I surface, I see an open area of grass and a tree in the center. From the tree, I see a glowing brown silhouette jump from a branch and start to walk into my direction. I swim slowly through the water, and as I get closer, I realize the figure was not walking. It was hovering on winged sandals. Welcome, Raziel Romano de Roma. Egg speaks to me as if I was family and kneels down. extending its hand in an effort to help me out of the freezing pond. As I grab its hand and lift from the pond, the rest of the figure's body slowly begins to be revealed. The figure is shrouded in a light brown aura, but I see a Roman toga fitted on a man with a metal helmet with wings sprouting out of each of the sides. Yet he did not have definite features. His eyes show no color, however, he smiles at me, and I feel a sensation like none before. Is he?